Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the New Orleans Saints.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the New Orleans Saints. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field, and when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Back to throw. English. And boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And they'll run it here. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they try the right side here. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Gone. Detroit.
Off the play fake. English rolling to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set. Green 39.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Set. Green 39.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll go on the ground. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Now let's go. Blue landing.
From the gun, it's Allen. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
3-19.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll halt play here for an injury as Christian McCaffrey is slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, We'll step aside and be right back. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, here we go.
On play action, Allen. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And now out come the Bills. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet.
All right, here we go.
You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way? Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Go ground game here with the tailback. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Looking to throw. English. He gets it to Thomas. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Past the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch.
He'll be hit and take him down at the 21.
Well, that was their third sack of the ball game, second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. Now they try the right side here. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 17 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down. The Bills on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now in 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Nelson Aguilar, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are in for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes we hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time, we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Now let's go!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Hurry up, here we go! 3-19! 3-19!
To throw on 3rd down. English, flush to his right. On the crossing route, complete. It's Thomas. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Leopard! Leopard! Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the gun, English steps away to his left. That's complete to Meredith. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Lutz puts this one through. So it's half. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. A little juke. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. And on the ground they go with a running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Back to throw. English escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. This is taken at the 15. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. Hey, he's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go. Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Big hold of the 30. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. 81 yards. And the Bills are in for 6. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for two?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. English. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And this one is incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times. In this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
And some space here. Sheds off the tackle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, and the Bills will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. English. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. English looking long for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. 49 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A gain of 6 there on first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Looking to throw. English. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Hill, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are back within a score.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Nelson Aguilar and company getting set to go again on offense now. Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's okay.
I think if the catch number goes up, we start talking about the record books because at that pace, this type of efficiency, oh, yeah, I think I'd throw it to him a little bit more often.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Allen now looks to throw toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window. There, he was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Bills on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. Don't like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll run it here. And an alley to run. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds. That doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll go down at the 28. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Back to throw. English. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And they'll go on the ground. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bifema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on third and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing on first down. English eluding the pressure right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, English forced out to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Right back to him on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And Lutz's kick is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Caught on the left side by Benjamin. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Allen to throw. Operating from the gun. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. There he goes right side. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal.
Set, 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Timeout.
And the Saints signal for another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is indeed good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. So he didn't start this one the way he wanted to, but yeah, he's so elite, been through so many of these battles. Hard to keep him down for an extended period of time.
And to demonstrate just how unusual this start was for him, our guy Marvin handed us some statistics that showed us he doesn't do this very often. What we're seeing now, though, that's what we're used to seeing. He made an adjustment, and boy, it's working really well.
Back to his old form. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Look at 56. Look at.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Back to throw. And the third down pass falls incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So now let's look at this situation with no timeouts remaining. The offense should be able to just run the clock out.
I know that's what it says on my time management chart up here. And I know a lot of teams are hiring a time management coach who's going to sit in the box, talk to the head coach. And in this situation, if you do anything but take a knee in victory formation, then you're not playing the game right. This game should be over. Take the knee, hold on to the ball.
By the way, so impressive that you do have a time management chart up here.
Listen, you know I can't count. So I need it a big way. We can't hire anyone to help us out, so hopefully I'm reading it correctly.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bills, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will head home.